Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about a famous Malayalam novel, Oru Desathinte Katha by S.K. Pottekkatt. This book tells a story of a village in Kerala and the people who live there. It's full of interesting characters, stories about love and life, and the changes that happen over time. By the end of this video, you'll understand the main points of the book, so let's jump in. Before we start with the story, let me tell you a little bit about the author S.K. Pottekkatt. He is a well-known Malayalam writer who writes about real-life experiences and emotions. Oru Deshathinte Katha means a story of a place and is one of his most famous works. It won a big award called Jnanpith Award, which shows how important it is in Indian literature. Now let's start with the story. The story of Oru Deshathinte Katha takes place in a small village called Adirani Padam in Kerala. The novel follows the life of the main character Sridharan from his childhood to adulthood and how the village changes over time. Let's go through the story in three parts: Sridharan's childhood, his youth, and his adult years. In the beginning, we see Sridharan as a young boy in Adirani Padam. He is very curious about the people and places around him. The village life is simple and peaceful, filled with stories, friendships, and family bonds. This part of the book shows us what life in a Kerala village was like many years ago. So, as Sridharan grows older, he starts to see the world differently. He experiences the confusion of growing up, including his first feelings of love and figuring out who he is. He meets Kunika, a merchant who travels the world and learns about life outside the village. This makes Sridharan curious about the world beyond his small village. When Sridharan becomes an adult, he looks back on his life and the changes in his village. The village isn't as lively as it used to be because many people have moved away. Sridharan reflects on his experiences and realizes how much things have changed over time. Now let's talk about the main ideas in the book. Oru Deshathinte Katha isn't just a story, it's also about some important themes that everyone can relate to. Let's look at some of these themes. One big theme in the novel is change. We see Sridharan changes as he grows up and how the village of Adirani Padam changes over time. The book shows that change is a natural part of life and it affects everything: people, places, and even our memories. Another important theme is nostalgia, which means looking back at the past with a mix of happiness and sadness. Sridharan often thinks about his childhood and the people he knew missing the simple days. This is something many of us feel when we remember our own past. The book also talks a lot about love and loss. Sridharan experiences different types of love throughout his life, and he learns about the pain of losing someone. These experiences shape who he becomes and teach him about life. The novel also shows the clash between old traditions and new ideas. As the village changes, people start to adopt new ways of thinking and living, which sometimes leads to conflict but also growth. This is something that many societies go through when they modernize. Next, let's talk about some of the key characters in the book. Each character in Oru Deshathinte Katha is unique and adds something special to the story. Let's start with Sridharan. Sridharan is the main character and we see the story through his eyes. He starts as a curious boy and grows into an reflective adult. Sridharan's journey shows us the challenges and joys of growing up and finding one's place in the world. Kunika is another important character. He is a traveler and storyteller who fascinates young Sridharan with tales of the outside world. Kunika represents the excitement and adventure that lies beyond the village. Then we have characters like Janaki, who shows Sridharan about love and sacrifice, what love and sacrifice mean. Each character adds depth to the story and helps Sridharan learn more about life. To sum up, Oru Deshathinte Katha is a beautiful story about a village and its people and the changes they go through. It's a book that makes us think about our own lives, our memories, and how time changes everything. Pottekkatt's writing is heartfelt and full of emotion, making this novel a must read. If you haven't read Oru Deshathinte Katha yet, I highly recommend it. Whether you are from Kerala or just love great stories, this book has something for everyone. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more book summaries and discussions. Let me know in the comments which book you would like me to cover next. Thanks for listening and I'll see you in the next video.